What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome back to the Automation Station here with the PeakBot team, the household name for automated trading here exclusively on the Tradier Hub. Happy to be back. Ben, what's going on, man?
Another day, another dollar. We're both looking pretty scruffy today. I don't think we've shaved in a while. Long week, huh?
Yes. Long week, long few weeks, truthfully. It's funny, the holiday season was so stretched out this year between, I say that, it's just me making an excuse for myself. It feels pretty much sick. But I was eating so bad for so long. And now I'm trying to eat healthy now. And guess what? My body hates me just as much. You can't win. It's just, anyway, we don't need to get into my diet. Hey there, Doug. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Episode 196, inching ever closer to episode 200. Ben, going back to the shaving, how often do you shave?
Twice a week normally.
And you're doing a clean shave?
Yeah.
Like a razor blade?
I've got a straight razor. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You fell into that fad years ago and then you haven't come out of it, huh?
Yeah, the only tough part for me is the chin. I don't like using the straight razor on everywhere else. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
No, I agree. I haven't clean shaven my face in years. I use the buzzer, but yeah, we're both a little scruffy. We get into today's show. We got a ton going on. Of course, sorry, but not sorry. We're going to talk about our best bot, King AI. And if you don't know what that is, leave. Just get out now. Just kidding. Learn more about King AI. It's our 1DT SPX strategy. Absolutely crushing it. 91% win rate, 140% return in 3 months. Okay, closer to 4 months. We're going to talk about that. We have trader trivia. We're going to try to form a trade idea, not financial advice. We're going to take a look at the market. We're going to take a look at some stocks. Ben, you know what we could do, man? Let's go old school. Let's go old school PeakBot picks.
Yeah.
Let's throw in a trend spread. Let's throw in a trend spread for next week.
Oh boy.
Seriously, why wouldn't we? Let's look at the watch list. It'd be fun.
Sure.
We might find something we like on there.
Yeah, I'm sure we will actually.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
I don't hate that strategy. I just like our other strategies more.
What I did and why? Because we don't like picking if we don't have to. But if we're going to come with a trade idea, we're going to pick. All right, so we'll do that and so much more. We'll talk about our other bots. We'll talk about our partners, and go from there. So, Ben, where do we start, man?
Let's talk about the BenBot trade today because, as we know, I've been using a little bit of a different methodology over the past several weeks for trading this. And maybe Dylan, can you get the results calendar up? Because we are off to a pretty nice start in January here. Let's take a look at the trades today. So BenBot, we got in IWM earlier this morning at the price. The cover call was 259.31. That happened all at 9:33 Eastern, so 3 minutes after the bell. And then we quickly took profit at 10:25, so in the trade for less than an hour, which I love that. Nice $50 win. Had we stayed in the trade, though, we would be up almost another $100 right now. But that's no longer the strategy because we want to keep losses smaller. We want to take profit off of the table when we can, so those winners don't become losses. So here's what we're looking at. We actually got another $50 today, Dylan. So why don't you go ahead and just pop that in? Let's see what we've got as a total result today. And then update that 142 to 192. And then I think the monthly total would be 242.
Let's make sure we're right here. Yeah, that makes sense. We got to fix the percentages. I got to fix the percentages. So
don't worry about the percentages, but we're putting together a nice month so far, shooting for that $50 win. Here's the thing. If you win $50 every single day, that's about a 50% return on your cash every year. Factoring in some losses, we're shooting for right around that 20 to 30% annual return on the BenBot. This is aiming to be a consistently a growing strategy here. So one more update to the BenBot, which will take effect at some point next week. I think it'll be Monday. I'm not sure if it's going to be Monday. But as of right now, you're capped to trading 2 units on BenBot, which means you can trade basically up to $50,000 on BenBot. We are increasing that to 4 units at your current subscription level. So if you are a Pro subscriber or a PeakBot Pro Plus subscriber, you will be able to trade up to 4 contracts starting next week at some point. So you could deploy up to $100,000 worth of capital. So that means instead of making $50 a day, you'll be making $200 a day potentially.
Excellent. So sorry if there's an echo all of a sudden.
No.
Okay. So Ben, just really quick, do you want to flash up the trade you had again here for today? Walk through all of it. I didn't want to cut you off from earlier.
No, that's it. I just showed what the trade was, took profit fairly quickly. Another reason for taking that profit off the table today too, and we could talk about King AI, is we were supposed to hear back about the Supreme Court's decision or thoughts on Trump's tariffs. We did, the bot King AI closed itself today because as soon as it picked up on the news of Supreme Court opining on tariffs today, flashing red lights everywhere, bot closed early. It did take a profit of, I believe, an average of $110 per contract per user. So that is awesome. Love to see that. However, about 3 minutes after that take profit had taken place, the Supreme Court made a statement saying that there was not going to be any decision on Trump's tariffs today. I forget the exact reasoning. I was busy doing something else, but I'll have to go back and take a look at that. But here's what we got so far for King AI for the month of January, looking at about $345 of gains so far. This year, we will be entering a position from today going into Monday. Taking a look at December, I mean,
a lot of green.
What a December. Not a single loss. Yeah, not a single loss in December. You would have made about $1,300 per unit. Again, you only need $2,000 in your account per unit. Now, we like a buffer of $10,000 per unit, but you really only need $2,000 per unit in your account. And Dylan, why don't you go over these stats here?
Yeah, so this is since the bot launched on 9/17. So the bot's been live for almost 4 months now. Geez, time's flying when you're making this much money. Okay, bot has won 41 out of 45 trades. That's a 91% win rate. Total ROI, $2,800. Okay, $2,835, which makes our cash on cash return, since we need to use 2K to allocate to this strategy. That's 141% return in just under 4 months. Outrageous. We love it. If you wanted to say, hey, let's be conservative, what happened to your 10K budget? Well, then fine. How does a 28.3% return sound? However you want to skin it, this bot is absolutely crushing it. And every day I look at the King AI logo, I love it more and more. Truthfully, now it can never change. You know what I mean?
You like how there's an AI in the middle of the logo, right?
I do. And there's also, maybe a human being, but
it could look like that.
It could be, man and machine. It could be a robot in there.
Wow, so many meanings within one design.
Yeah, it's up to your interpretation. What's not up to your interpretation is the results, because that's fact. These are the results. You can check that out on our website. You can head on over to peakbot.com/KingAI results, and you can see every winner, every loser. So the bot's only lost 4 times since launch. You can see them all on screen here now. So, hey, look, great reaction to the system, to the team today to prevent some tariffs and what may happen the rest of the day. So glad to get out on multiple strategies. Great job. And you love to see it. So King AI, there's a lot of ways to get involved. Okay, we run some specials, we run some promotions, but if you want to know how you get involved, why don't you just shoot us an email over to experience@peakbot.com. Say whatever you need to say, but just tell us you want a demo and to learn more, and we'll get you set up and go from there. I think that covers those two.
Sweet.
right, we got to change the music.
Yeah.
Again, limited. Oh no, wait. I don't want. I almost put on something I shouldn't have put on.
Oh, you would have got us taken off of YouTube again.
All of this would have been for nothing. So good. All right, let's head into Trader Trivia.
Awesome. All right, Trader Trivia for anybody that's just tuning in for the first time. And apologies for everybody that's here all the time because you hear me say this every week. But if you're tuning in for the first time, this is your opportunity to try PeakBot for free. If you want to get in on those King AI results that Dylan was just talking about, here's your opportunity to try out our bots for free for 1 month. You can trade King AI for free for 1 month. If you had done that for the entire month of December, you would have made almost $1,300.
62%
for free. So here's how this works. We're going to ask a question. You're going to answer that question by emailing us the answer to experience@peakbot.com. If you get the answer correct, we are going to email you back with a link to sign up for free for 1 month. You'll be able to try not just King AI, but all of PeakBot's bots, although we are very King AI happy at the moment. So the question to answer today is, which U.S. company famously issued the first corporate bond online in 1995? Was it A, IBM, B, General Electric, C, Microsoft, or D, Ford? So think about it. Email the answer to experience@peakbot.com. If you get it right, we are going to email you back with a link to get started with PeakBot for free for 1 month.
Do you know the answer?
I don't. I've got a guess.
What's your guess?
I think it's General Electric.
Okay. A little GE action.
I think IBM is kind of too obvious. It would be like the too obvious answer. Because you would think, okay, online, IBM, technology, kind of the same with Microsoft. And
not Ford. Ford would have been, they're past their heyday in 95, I feel like.
Yeah, Ford, I'm just not feeling Ford. They're like I'm feeling B, General Electric.
Ford is your test stock.
I feel like a General Electric type company would be the type of company to issue a corporate bond. And if it was available online, hey, maybe they used Microsoft to do it.
That's funny. I'm gonna guess A, but I'm gonna go with IBM because it does feel obvious, and I don't know, maybe it is. Let's hit them with a fun fact.
Cool. Fun fact while we were waiting for those answers to come into the inbox. Did you know that the rise of mobile trading apps led to the largest wave of first-time investors in U.S. history? With simple account setup, zero commission trades, and the ability to invest instantly from a smartphone, millions of new traders entered the market for the first time, and this massive surge changed trading volumes, influenced stock trend, and reshaped investor behavior, especially during events like the 2020, 2021 retail trading boom. Don't forget about meme stocks. Don't forget about all the stimulus money that was flying around in the market. It was some crazy time.
Yeah, we had stats on it. We had stats on it because we would present on it. Like, I forget how many millions of retail traders joined the market. But I think it rose. Maybe, don't quote me on this, but I think overall trade volume for retail traders spiked. Oh, was it like nearly 25%? Maybe that's the numbers.
Of total trades, yeah.
Total trade volume for retail, like 25% of total trade volume.
Which is massive.
Massive.
That's what those numbers used to be, comparing retail to institutional.
Yep. That's a great fun fact. And, we're participating in it, aren't we? We're taking the next step and providing hands-free trading. So,
sure are.
All right, let's see what the people got here.
There was a zero commission broker that brought a lot of people in, a broker in which we will not name on this show.
Yeah, come on.
But you could trade options commission-free with Tradier using Tradier Pro. You get signed up at peakbot.com/Tradier and get 6 months of Tradier Pro for free. All right. The answer to this question, and hopefully you've emailed us your answer by now, is B. Look at that. General Electric made history.
I don't see it yet. Oh, there it is.
By issuing the first corporate bond online, a major step towards modernizing the U.S. corporate debt market. By moving bond issuance and trading to a digital platform, GE improved access, transparency, and efficiency, paving the way for the online bond systems used today. Interesting.
All right. Well, you nailed it. You nailed it. All right. Very good. Very good trader trivia here today. Hopefully you emailed us. Even if you didn't, we'll open the window. Shoot us an email right now, experience@peakbot.com. We want to get you in and up and running on our strategies, specifically King AI and BenBot, and all of our other ones and partners as well. But, you got to start somewhere. Okay. Now what? Oh, trade idea? Let's look at trend spread.
Trade idea. Do you want to pull up the trend spread watch list?
I do.
All right, I'll let you share.
Okay, let's just refresh, make sure. So for those who are not familiar, Trend Spread was a former active bot of ours. I say former because it is no longer, well, that's not true. There's probably some grandfathered accounts who are still trading Trend Spread. In fact, I know there are. I haven't traded it in a while with automation. However, I will look at this watch list and the wheel watch list occasionally just to see what's going on. So Ben, I do have my screen up here. We are refreshed. Maybe, we can go back to how we want to sort this. Some ridiculous ROI on Wolf Speed. I don't know if that could be accurate, but maybe worth looking at. I don't know.
I didn't even know Wolf was on our watch list.
Wolf Speed Inc. I'm not familiar with that business. Are you?
I am from Squeeze Finder, but I don't know what they do.
Okay. Maybe worth looking at.
One for now.
So Ben, I think we stick to our core 4 qualification, right? So I'm going to go to the highest pop. So we know anything in here is going to get it done. So I'm immediately honing in on, I don't hate the Shopify play. Tesla's on here. Palantir. And Wolf. And also VRT, Vertiv Holdings. Not familiar, so that's why I didn't say it. But and SoFi, AMD are also on here.
I'm looking at XSP right now. I mean, because that was directional, right? We're bearish on XSP.
Yeah, bearish on XSP.
Low risk.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna build this trade in my Tradier account. Can you give me the strikes? And this is for next week's expiration, right?
Yep, 116 expiration, and it has a sold call at 704 and a bought call at 705. I think this is only collecting $19 in premium right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing on my screen, that's where the bid currently is. I'm seeing 23 at the mid. So 23 cents for your dollar of risk. Let's get my screen pulled up here. We can take a look at this analysis here. We've got some room. So we are, of course, as we know, when we're selling options, we are in the profit zone. We start in the profit zone. We just need to stay below 704 in order to profit. That's not necessarily a bad trade in my opinion. I mean, if we could get 23 cents here, I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there, see what happens. But let's take a look at a chart. So XSP, want to get that going, or we're going to get this off. So we want to stay below 704. Now, to get to 704, I believe we would have to make all-time highs. Yeah, we've not been at 704 yet. So let's go ahead and map this out. 704, it's going to be right around here.
I'm forming another trade idea on the side, by the way, that we'll look at.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really don't hate this. Again, we have to form some all-time highs. And maybe we think that there's enough of a catalyst next week. Why don't we, I know we usually wait till the end to look at economic events, but
hit it.
Why don't we take a look at some economic events, see if there could be a catalyst that pushes us up into all-time highs next week. So what do we have for the rest of the day today? Not much. So going ahead, looking into next week, we got a 10-year note auction on Monday that turns Max's bots off. A bunch of Fed speeches in the middle of the day. We've got CPI on Tuesday, 30-year bond auction on Tuesday. We've got PPI on Wednesday. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of news coming out next week. Thursday, just skimming through, nothing much of note, and then Friday. So it's very data heavy at the beginning of the week next week. So if we were going to get a big move, I would assume it could be based off of some of that data. Maybe there's tariff news next week. Again, I didn't really look into what the Supreme Court said today. Maybe I'm completely off on that. So, yeah, maybe there could be a catalyst that pushes us into new all-time highs next week.
Okay. So while you were doing that, because I don't hate that, I prefer to play the market more than I like to play individual stocks. But I did pull up two condors that TrendSpread had, both Tesla and AMD. I mapped them out. We're going to look at them and see how you feel about it, okay? I'll tell you what the projected premium is. What do you want to see first, Tesla or AMD?
I want to see Tesla.
All right, so we're going to pull Tesla on.
By the way, my XSP spread did fill at 23 cents.
Did you? All right, so now, remind me what you're shooting for now. What was your strike?
704.
All right, nice. And expiring when? Next Friday.
Next Friday.
All right, cool. Hey, good luck, man.
Hey, thanks.
All right. So hey, I think I like AMDs more than I like Teslas. And what I'm thinking is going to happen here is I'm going to end up crafting my own trade idea off of what TrendSpread watchlist showed me. So let's zoom in here. We had an iron condor for Tesla to collect roughly, let's just come back to Tesla here. So Tesla was for $74 in premium approximately. And it was an iron condor with our sold strikes at 465 and 425. Now, these are daily bars here. We can see Tesla's been in a bearish trend since end of December, bouncing off of what looks like that 425 strike. We've seen some previous action around this number. Has had 2 days of kind of a bounce back here. I just kind of shrunk it down to the 15-minute bars, but that's not really of interest to us for a weekly spread. So when I'm looking at this here, there's some room. I can also, move it further down here and probably collect more like $50 in credit, whatever it might be. But that was one look at Tesla. And then I had, if you have any thoughts, share them. Otherwise, I had AMD pulled up as well, which has some volatility over the last few days. So here's AMD. So AMD had a condor between 217.5 and 197.5. However, I had the 15-minute bars up, which didn't look so terrible. Now that we're looking at the daily bars, I'm not nearly as interested. Although you can't argue that we're bouncing off of this, 190.
We're in that range. Yeah,
huh?
We're definitely in that range for the last.
Yeah. If I was to widen it to get under 195 and maybe even bring this up to 220 or something like that, I wonder what the premium would be. I might take a look at that, but because they have been in a bearish trend here since October, but with a little bit of action there. But I don't know that I'll actually take any of these, but I'll probably fill this one out in Tradier to see what the premium is like. But okay, cool. So what do we want to take? I mean, you took your XSP trade.
I think I would take a bullish trade on AMD here, selling the 195 put.
Yeah, just get rid of the condor. Just hey, let's assume.
Yeah, I mean, we bounced off of that twice so far. I know we're dropping back down towards it, but
yeah. So let's look at it. Pull it up. So if we want to expire on next week and we wanted to sell the 195 put, we're finding ourselves right here. How wide would you go? I mean, 250 is the option, so let's just go 250. Send a
You
ticket.
want to switch screens?
Yeah, oops. So sorry. Let me bring this over. All right, so we have the 195 sold put, the 192.5 bought put. If we brought that to the ticket, we're looking at 35 cents, so 35 bucks.
I don't like that.
Not good enough for 250.
I'd want to get at least 50 cents on 250.
Yeah, you'd have to probably bring this up. And yeah, well, even if we tightened it, you're right around 50. So now that brings us to the 197.5, but we're kind of getting a little close.
Getting close.
Yeah,
pretty close.
Just on there. But anyway, look, they're trade ideas. We're trying to form them. Ben formed one. I was just looking at trend spread. Not that I ever had fantastic success with trend spread, but okay. Anything else to look at here, Ben?
Let's pull up SPX. Just see if we could form an end of day trade.
Ben
I've been digging those lately.
Have you? So how many have you taken over the last week or two? Would you say?
Over this week, I've been doing about one a day, and I think I'm up on the week.
All right, so
what I've been doing is I'm just like around. It's a little early right now, but around like 2:00, so 2 hours before the bell, I'll take a look at where we've been trending. I'll see if there's a lot of. I'll look at the volume profile for like SPY. Just as a proxy for SPX. And if there's like a lot of volume, either above or below, I'll kind of use that as like a resistance point. And then I'll sell a spread on the opposite side of it. But yeah, it's a little early right now to look at that. Let's look at the 3 minute. I've been looking at 3 minute bars lately. I don't know.
Oh, why. Really?
Yeah. Actually, I do know why, because Trendy John trades off of 3 minute bars. And that's my charts have been looking like.
Here's 3 minutes today.
It looks like, yeah, so look at this. It looks like we've been trending up most of the day today, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to just on my other screen get a volume profile, though I'm not going to put all that up just yet. But it looks like based on the 3 minutes today, there's a lot of volume that happened at around the 693.25-ish level.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's a resistance point. So that would mean we'd have to drop, I'd say probably around 69.54. That would be, so the 69.55 strike would be one that I'm looking at. I don't know about pushing any higher because I think we are at all-time highs at the moment, or at least close to it. So yeah, let's take a look at the 69.50 strike. Let's see how much we can get.
You want your screen up?
Yeah, pull my screen up. So we're gonna look at the chain here, SPX. We're gonna look at the 69.50 strike, sell that, buy that, send it to ticket. All right, 50 cents on a $5 spread. That's about a 10% return. Let's bump this up to 69.55. Currently, SPX is trading. What is SPX around right now?
967.83.
Say that one more time. 69.87.
Yep. No, I'm sorry. 69.67 and change.
Got it. Okay. So 69.55. We are $15. Call it from the money there. Well, getting closer. I want $1. I want to get $1 of credit.
Greedy.
Yeah, but that's where my risk reward falls. So back to the chart real quick. I'm going to put my open candle on. Another type of trade that I've been running is I'll just place something at the money for the rest of the day, right? So it looks like we're trending up and it looks like we're going to drift up. I mean, it kind of looks like we're curling over right now, so we might hit a dip the rest of the day. maybe I'll sell 69.65 call. So let's just take a look at what call spread. Let's take a look at what that could look like. And again, we said it before, say it again. These are just trade ideas.
Not financial.
Now, for a trade like this, I would want to see like $4 of credit. So that way my risk is only $1. So I'm at the money, basically. Now, I probably could move this strike down a little bit and get closer to that. So, I mean, here, what I'll do is I'll just place this for $4, right? If I get filled, great. I'll cancel this in like an hour or so if it hasn't filled, because I don't want to just drift into that. But essentially what we're doing here is we're saying, all right, we are above this price level right now where this green line is, but we're counting on a drop below that to happen before the end of the day. I'm not super confident in this. There were some other plays earlier this week where I was more confident. Like on, I don't remember the exact trade, and it would take too long to find the trade, but on this day, I remember around like 2 o'clock, we were dropping. I did sell an at the money. I think it was a 69.50 strike right around this time period right here. I sold that basically at the money, and then we just fell down the rest of the day. That was a nice like 300, and I think I took profit on that for a $300 winner.
Nice. All right, so you put the order in, right?
I did, yeah. So the order is in. I'll share that again. So the order for $4, if we could fill at $4 here, we would need SPX to finish today below 69.60. Finish below that. If we let it go till expiration, we'll hit a $400 win with only $100 of risk in play. But I do like to take profit on those around $1, $1.50, make $300, $250. I'm happy with that, especially only having $1 at risk. So the higher SPX goes at the moment, the more premium I'm going to be able to collect here. So I am kind of hoping for a short-term push up and then a fall back down. Thanks for the applause.
Yeah, tried it. All right. So look, I think we've kind of covered a lot in a little bit of time. New approach to BenBot has been crushing it. Fantastic start to the new year with already returning nearly $200, which is a 0.75 return already in January. Only seeing one loss in there for $8. Talk about risk management, but taking in $50 winners everywhere else. So we love it. King AI obviously just continuing to crush. Get in now. Let us know. Contact us in one of the million ways you can get in touch with us, and let us know what questions you have, and we'll walk you through a demo, show you the results, how the strategy works, and really anything you want to know. We're fully transparent. So you already covered economic events. We talked about our bots. We do have some partners that are crushing it, but you'll tune in Monday to learn a little bit more about that at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Ben, you got anything else for the people?
No, we did economic events, so I think we are good to wrap up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in again here today. Another great show. We'll be live Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Happy New Year to any of you who I haven't said that to already. We're done with that, by the way. I think the New Year is over after this week. Okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, see you at the peak. Here.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.